Welcome to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. New details are emerging about high-level discussions during the recent conflict involving Iran, including efforts by Benjamin Netanyahu to encourage deeper United States involvement. Officials say Netanyahu advocated for coordinated military action targeting senior Iranian leadership, including Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, during a period when intelligence suggested key figures might be gathered in one location. Sources indicate that Donald Trump and top advisors were aware of the potential opportunity through intelligence briefings, though it remains unclear how much influence the lobbying effort had on decision-making. In the days leading up to military action, Marco Rubio reportedly warned lawmakers that the United States could become more directly involved in the conflict. Analysts say the proposed strategy, sometimes referred to as a decapitation strike, would represent a significant escalation, targeting top leadership rather than military infrastructure. Officials caution that such an approach carries substantial risks, including widening the conflict and increasing instability in the region. The situation continues to evolve as more details emerge about the planning and coordination behind the operation. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A former investigator is raising concerns about how fraud investigations were handled within Minnesota's welfare system. Scott Dexter, who worked for the state's Department of Human Services, says his team uncovered what he described as widespread fraud in a child care assistance program, including alleged overbilling and payments for children who were not present. Dexter claims some investigations were slowed or limited due to concerns about community sensitivity and potential political pressure tied to the state's large Somali immigrant population. The allegations come as prosecutors continue pursuing a separate high-profile case involving what authorities describe as a large-scale fraud scheme tied to a pandemic-era meal program for children. Dexter maintains that investigations were based solely on financial irregularities, not ethnicity, and says growing restrictions on enforcement efforts ultimately led to his resignation. State officials have not publicly confirmed those claims, and the broader investigations into fraud programs remain ongoing. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. J.D. Vance has launched a new federal anti-fraud initiative that is now reviewing billions of dollars in government contracts. Officials say the task force, working alongside the General Services Administration, has identified approximately $6.3 billion in contracts tied to businesses that may not be legitimate. Nearly 400 companies are expected to receive formal notices requiring them to verify their operations, including proof of a physical business location, within 30 days. Authorities say the contracts under review span hundreds of agreements, with billions of dollars still pending distribution. The administration says the effort is aimed at strengthening oversight and preventing misuse of taxpayer funds. The task force is also expected to review additional allegations of fraud, as officials say the investigation remains ongoing. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A woman in Jonesboro has been arrested after allegedly refusing to return a large payroll overpayment. Authorities say Renee Nicole Coleman, age 50, received nearly $20,000 due to a payroll error that mistakenly listed her hourly wage at $1,650 instead of $16.50. The overpayment occurred during a single 12-hour shift in May of 2025, but investigators say the issue was not reported to police until several months later. According to officials, the employer notified Coleman of the mistake and requested repayment, providing documentation to support the claim. Police say she declined to return the funds. After an investigation, she was charged with a felony related to theft and taken into custody earlier this month. The case remains active as it moves through the legal process. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A woman in Evansville is facing charges after authorities say she illegally tapped into a neighbor's electricity supply. Police have arrested Tina Marie Milburn, age 50, on a burglary charge following an investigation into unusually high utility bills reported by a nearby resident. According to investigators, the suspect allegedly ran extension cords from beneath the neighbor's trailer to her own residence, drawing power without permission. The neighbor, identified as Charles Lowe, said the rising costs added financial strain as he continues to deal with ongoing health issues. Authorities say the suspect admitted to accessing the power source and told investigators she intended to offer partial repayment. Utility officials have since arranged a payment plan for the affected resident as the case moves forward. Milburn has appeared in court and is scheduled to return for further proceedings later this month. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Two former employees at an elementary school in Elgin are facing charges following separate incidents involving students. Authorities say Elizabeth K. Sutton, age 38, is accused of striking a 10-year-old student during a classroom incident earlier this year. Investigators cite witness accounts and video evidence as part of the case. In a separate incident weeks later, Atoria Rose McClung, age 37, is accused of restraining a 5-year-old student in a manner described as a chokehold while escorting the child through a hallway. Both individuals have been charged with misdemeanor assault and battery and have since been terminated from their positions. School officials say the incidents were reported immediately and emphasized that student safety remains their top priority. Both cases remain active, with court appearances scheduled in the coming weeks. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A tragic crash in Tucson has left 2 children dead and their mother in critical condition following a multi-vehicle collision. Authorities say the incident occurred Tuesday morning and involved 3 vehicles, including a sedan, a pickup truck with a trailer, and another passenger car. Investigators believe the driver of the sedan, identified as the children's mother, may have suffered a medical emergency before running a red light and striking the truck. The impact caused a chain reaction crash involving a third vehicle. Emergency crews transported the mother to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. 2 children, reported to be 7 and 9 years old, later died from their injuries. Officials say a passenger in the pickup truck sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The crash also resulted in a vehicle fire, which was quickly contained by first responders. The incident remains under investigation as the community mourns the loss of the young victims. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Late-night television is once again at the center of political and cultural debate following comments from Jimmy Kimmel and actor Vince Vaughn. During a recent podcast appearance, Kimmel discussed past controversy surrounding his show, including backlash tied to disparaging remarks about a public figure and broader pressure involving Donald Trump. Separately, Vaughn weighed in on the state of late-night programming, suggesting the genre has struggled in recent years because many shows have taken on similar, agenda-driven formats. The comments highlight ongoing discussions about the role of comedy, politics, and audience expectations in late-night television. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A popular Brazilian social media personality has died at the age of 48. Carlos Filhar, known for his comedy and lifestyle content, passed away on April 7, according to a statement from his talent agency. Filhar had built a following of more than 366,000 people online, where he was recognized for his upbeat personality and authentic connection with viewers. In the days leading up to his death, Filhar shared personal reflections on his relationship with his partner, Arthur Borges, noting challenges but also expressing continued affection. Family members and loved ones have since paid tribute, remembering him as a source of inspiration and positivity. The cause of death has not been publicly disclosed.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.